Prudence.
Who's Prudence? Who cares? She has pie! Hello one and all, my name is Tilaic, and we are here again with some more We Happy Few. Now, last time we had to bust into a medical center in order to release the quarantine on this train station here, which I think is a train station. And I believe this is the last area we need to go to before we run off to find Percy. So, we're gonna do that. So yeah, so we kind of released the plague on the town. We're not gonna tell anybody about that. Hi!
I'm sorry, sir. The broadcast tower has been quarantined.
Well, I think if you examine the gate, you'll see that it's been unquarantined.
Oh, so it has. Well then, I'll just bugger off, shan't I? Enjoy your visit.
Thanks, friend. I was gonna say it didn't open. Wait, this is the broadcast tower? What happened to downstairs to Apple Home Station? Oh, okay, they're the same building. So I gotta go
I
up to
suppose
get
it
the
would be
letter.
lovely to visit the old broadcast tower, but I do sort of need to get the hell out of Wellington Wells. I've got to go down.
Good morning to
Oh
you.
well. I don't want to hear a good morning song again.
Took a V-meat sandwich off a downer this morning.
How on earth did a downer get V-meat?
I haven't the foggiest. But I'll tell you, it was the best meal I've had.
You can finally escape to the mainland. Are you ready? Once you go through these doors, Arthur will be done with any other adventures in Wellington Wells. Ooh, point of no return. That's what I thought. I'm gonna make a save file.
I think the rail tracks are just past those revolvers.
I don't like that. Modeling workers only. I'm gonna pop a sunshine just in case. I'm glad I did that. It wasn't. I don't like that at all. Bro, that's disgusting. You should be ashamed of yourself. How much piss is down here? Bro. There's piss all over the place. Oh, this place is falling apart. Do I need to go through there, or can I, like... it won't stop shaking. No, I have to go down that way. I forgot, this sunshine makes me run like a girl. So... Ah. Oh, okay, I was like, what's happening? The sunshine wore off. Alright. Nope. I love the parkour in this game. Never fails. It's always...
Why does God hate me?
Ooh, tunnel. To be fair, this parkour would be a lot different if I still had that rubber suit, which I do not have. No power. Turning off the power does not turn off the fire. Let's just say that
The
right
floor's
now.
collapsed. So much for the tracks. Oh, I hope I don't have to go up there.
I did. That's what I did. Ooh! Can we have the lava lamps? Lava lamps, good condition. What will you trade for them? What the fuck is a lava lamp? I want it. I love lava lamps. I don't have one in real life. I want one. If anyone ever sends me anything ever, like, just tell my family that for my birthday I
I'm
want
gonna
a
have to
lava
go
lamp.
up there, aren't I?
I already went up here, you dummy. The only difference is now I turned off the power. Oh, I get it. Yeah, because now I can go this way. Ah! My bad. Is this table? Whatever. Yeah, this one will do. Good. Oh, that was like a full heal. Thanks, Poker Man. No. Uh-huh. Yeah, like I said, the parkour in this game never fails. That's my issue with any platformers I've ever played ever, is that I'm incredibly impatient. And so I rush everything and do things too quickly, and that's what gets me killed. Chicory, it's sideways. It should be an empty cup, but it's not, because that's how games work. Going down. Just to be safe.
I don't think I want to breathe in those fumes.
Yeah, I didn't think so either. Down into the motoline. It's a good thing I came prepared. Oh, this can't be good. You know, your skin is like really good at absorbing things, and so
Looks
even
like I
with
wasn't the first one here. Oh shit. Prudence.
Who's Prudence? Who cares? She has pie! No! I didn't mean to do that. I didn't even get a chance to look at everything. Oh well. I don't remember who Prudence is. Ooh, this is gonna be tricky. Those crystals. Jesus, these crystals. Oh, wait. Oh, God. Okay. Yeah. I know what that does. You're going down, buddy. Sorry, friend. Nothing against you. Open sesame.
I hope I can get back to the tracks through the mine somehow.
Yeah, it'll be fine. I don't understand. Does the modeling come from the crystals, or are the crystals a byproduct of the modeling? I don't need your joy pills. Oh, this is an elevator? Okay. Going down. Oh no. Oh, okay, power came back on. I was getting ready to get my
perfectly
flashlight.
safe going into the mines. What are the odds they'll collapse again, eh?
That's one way to think about it.
Look at that one. It's almost
Camels are cool.
God, it does look like a camel.
or a weasel.
It has a backbone.
I don't know what they're talking about. Oh, okay.
Hello? Do I know you?
The, executive committee asked me to see how things are going down here.
About bloody time. I've been asking them for months. They think everything's peachy keen down here. It's not peachy keen, is it? I don't suppose you saw anyone working on the way in?
Unless they were disguising it terribly well, no.
They get dotty if they forget to go topside.
The XCOM sent me to inspect the machine over there.
The bucket wheel excavator. Oh, this is hilarious. Did you happen to notice a bloody great hole on your way in? That's because we delved too sloppily and too deep with that thing, and half the mine collapsed. I told the gang to stick to picks and shovels. We start that beast up again, the rest of the mine is going to collapse and take the entire bloody parade with it.
That's quite alarming. Have you removed the activator?
Ah, no. The gang don't seem very interested in starting it up.
I think you better let me remove the activator. I don't want any accidents.
All right. You'll need my key card.
I'll let
Thanks,
them know
friend.
you need relief.
By God, you are the most on-the-ball person I've seen in years. Are you sure you're not a downer?
Oh.
You'd make sounding like being a downer's a good thing. Should try it sometime. Oh, it's pure water. Well, there's a hole there! Why didn't you grab the ledge? I held space. You should have got... That's the first time I've died in a while. Of course, it's not going to be like old RPGs where you fall in the water and you just reappear on the ground again with a little bit of damage. It's got to be... Where am I? I don't even... I've lost my bearings. Turn around going this way. Moving on. That's interesting. Can I... What the? Alrighty then. Jesus. They ain't playing around. Get away. First aid kit there.
Oh.
There we go, problem solved.
Can I use this excavator thing to cross that abyss? I wonder how you turn it on.
Hey, Eureka! That was a good show.
I've got it. What if you come with me?
And I'm too old.
What if I sneak you on the train?
That's against the rules.
Oh, if we get caught, I'll just say there was a mix-up and you can play dumb.
Are you sure?
Remember how I snuck you on that camping trip? Didn't it work out brilliantly? Just trust me.
I trust you, Arthur. I said I trust you, Arthur.
We'll go to Germany together. We'll take care of each other, no matter what happens.
That pretty much confirms that. That's so bad. Okay, bye. How do I go about doing this? Sorry, friendo. I don't want you attacking me because I did the bad thing.
Look at that one. It's almost in the shape of a camel.
Oh, wait. Do I need to actually be up there? Please hold.
Let's get the boys in.
Oh, Lord. Oh, I don't like that. Run, 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 run. Oh, well, he flung off. Sorry, bud. Things are exploding and I'm trying to get going.
Oh, come on! Seriously? Couldn't you just wait till I'm gone?
Well, you chose the most dangerous route to get over there. scurry. Oh yeah, you're blind. I know how that goes, bro. You got hella lucky. I thought for sure that was gonna be the end of the game.
Are you really doing this to find Percy? I mean, where would you even look for him? Is he even alive? Is he in Russia? How would you even get to Germany?
Skipping is not a crime. Remember John Bolton. Rest in peace, Charlie Woodcock. Skipping is not a crime. Free Faraday. Stop skippers for their own good. Constables should assume that any unauthorized person past this point is attempting to leave Wellington Wells. This is clear evidence of mental derangement. Skippers will often complain of hunger. This is further evidence of psychosis induced from joy withdrawal. After subduing a would-be skipper, please render him to custody of Dr. Furlock of Hayloft Labs. No, if they send me to the...
Oh, good. I'm finally back on the right track.
I don't want to go to the doctor. Let me. Is that not? I thought for. That looked like the thing I was supposed to walk up.
Arthur? What the hell are you doing back?
They didn't take me.
They didn't take you?
Well, there was a mix-up about my birthday. They thought I was too old.
The Germans? Had a cock-up in their paperwork?
No, the Germans.
Where's Percy?
On the train.
That's some cock-up.
I'm sorry.
Don't be sorry. At least you don't talk bollocks all the time.
I'm sorry.
Let's not talk about this anymore.
I swapped places with him. I did this to him.
You know where I'm going on holidays? Spain.
I've not been to Spain, except Gibraltar.
You're doing this because you don't have a strong enough...
Oh, it's this guy.
Mr. Hastings. Just when I'd given up all hope of seeing an engineer.
You know, sir, we've come to the end of our time. Some of us cut and run. Some of us stand by our post. Some of us take care of our brother.
My brother? What are you saying?
All men is brothers, sir.
Right. Of course.
Oh, damn thing's so itchy. It's times like these what try men's souls, sir. They try men's souls.
I know you.
Please keep your hands inside the train. It is very dangerous to put
You must
your
get back
hands
on the train.
outside the windows of the train.
You must get back on board!
No, I'm just here to take my brothers to the train.
Please, Arthur! No, get up!
Mr.
Please,
Percival Hastings.
That's me.
Arthur, please.
Percy. People call me Percy.
Please, no!
Someone has written on this card that you are a bit dim, and you can't be roaming about on your own. You don't seem dim.
Right, well, Mum thinks I can't... Mum thinks I can't... Mum thinks I can't take care of myself.
Arthur!
But I can.
Arthur!
I've had it with you!
To tell the truth, I really did want to go to Germany with my brother, Arthur. See, we'd sort of take care of each other. So I tried to sneak on, but then Arthur said, no, we have to follow the rules.
Is that so?
I'll just run along home. Mum's probably worried sick. Can I go?
This is a day we may all come to regret, Mr. Hastings. But I am not going to put one more child on that train than my duty obligates me to do. Run along then. Sir, are you all right?
I'll best be on my way. I did something terrible.
Oh, we have all done things we regret, sir. Some of them we regretted as we done them. Some of them never quite go away.
I told him we'd go to Germany together. I told him I'd hold our passports, and then I walked off the train with his passport. He didn't know how to talk to anyone but me. I can't make it up to him now. Can I?
No, sir. I imagine you cannot.
Then who is there to forgive me?
Some try to forget.
I can't do that. Not anymore.
Well, I suppose you must treat it as a gift. To know who you are. Without that, there's no hope for wisdom.
I wish I still believed in some sort of mercy.
Life goes on. That is the mercy. Come on, sir. Once you're out there, you'll know what to do.
Thank you. So, this didn't all go exactly as I expected. I kind of thought Arthur's story would end and we'd get a little bit more about his future. And then it'd be like a credit sequence, and then on the main menu you do like Act 2 or whatever. I didn't really think it was all going to be back to back to back, because there will be an Act 3 as well. I don't know. It's something. As far as Arthur's story is concerned, it's just, it gets sadder and sadder the further you go into it. You can see it through all of the memories, how much resentment that Arthur has towards his brother. Because, you know, to be blunt, like, just to be straightforward and lay facts down for facts, his brother is autistic, and to try to deal with that as either a parent or a sibling is not the easiest thing in the world. Obviously, there are different tiers of autism, and he's a very high-functioning individual. He definitely has some form of autism or Asperger's or something along those lines, which is kind of where he ends up being this idiot savant. I wouldn't really exactly know how to describe how his brain works, but he has this way of lacking common sense, but it appears that he actually goes very deep into thought about very specific things, like in the way where he can predictively win at chess, in that most recent memory there. And so the role that you play as a parent and the role that you play as a sibling are both incredibly hard in a situation like that, but for different reasons. The parent is going to be living with the grief or the struggle of coping with the fact that this is their life. This individual is most likely going to require help for a very long time. depending on how high functioning they can be. Back in this time, this is like World War II era. This is chances are this kid's basically going to be relying on his parents for an extended period of time. I don't know, but it's hard to say. Like, obviously, the best way to go about it, like a good set of parents in a situation like that, is going to be encouraging and try to bring the child into learning some kind of skill to be able to fend for themselves, because at some point in their life they're going to have to be able to. And then as the siblings' role, the brother Arthur, his role is more of the protector, less of the teacher and more of the protector, but it's so much more of a burden than it would be for an average family, because no matter what, people are so bigoted, and especially, the farther back you go, like during the World War II times, I don't think the Nazis treated autism very well. I don't really think that Percy would have survived in that world. I think he would have gotten sent to Germany, and he may have been detained and suffered through even worse things than just being left behind on the train. And so it's a struggle for Arthur as a brother, because he has to protect his brother from the people that are looking down on him and the people that will make fun of him or harass him or do any of those kinds of things. And none of those people can walk away. You could see the disappointment in his dad's voice, but also the excitement when Arthur came home instead of Percy. He was glad that he only had to lose one child, and you could see he was almost glad that Arthur came back instead of Percy, because of how, quote, dim Percy was. He didn't really want to deal with that. Like, no parent, I think, really wants to deal with that in their lives. But whatever. But, like, that's just not how life works. Like, what happens, happens. And nobody is any less of a person for being the way that they are. So you just take it for what it is, but there's no turning back. And I feel like in his father's eyes, in that situation, basically he was given the opportunity to turn away from it all, which is terrible and sad. But at the end of the day, basically what was going to happen was his literate son was being taken away and his illiterate son was being left behind. But it swapped. The illiterate son got taken away and the literate son stayed behind. And all of a sudden, his choice was made for him. He no longer had to think about finding a way to walk away from the situation. It was taken away from him. And it's really sad that it ended up working that way, but it's always the hardest for family, because under normal circumstances, they don't get that opportunity to walk away if that's what they truly want to do. However, strangers do. Any individual you ever meet in your life, your friends, your acquaintances, your coworkers, at any point in time, they can just decide to just leave. And they do that. That's going to happen to everybody. And in certain rare circumstances, your family does that too. I've had that happen to me. I've done that to family as well that I felt were not meant to be a part of my life. And it's just less common. But somebody you've only known for a couple months, they can just say fuck it and just leave. They don't have to take anything for what it is. Family just is a lot more obligated to do so because society is such an ingrained concept of blood is thicker than water, so family has to stick together. So it just ends up working that way. And so, with all of this transpiring, these are like the things that Percy and his family, all of them, have to deal with. In come the Nazis trying to take away all the children, which I only assume they're doing this to experiment and do their brainwashing and stick them all in their armies and everything. And like, there's any number of things that could have happened to Percy, you know. He was scared and alone. He had no idea what was going on. And at the end of the day, that's why Arthur felt so freaking bad at the end when he started remembering everything, was because he panicked, basically. His brother was meant to just drop him off. He would get on the train alone. He would go to Germany. Percy would stay behind and become a meat boy or something. You never know. But instead, Arthur, who was very literate, in a panic, he panicked and then came up with a plan. He came up with a survival strategy, because that's what he's doing this whole time. He's just struggling to survive. He ends up being the one to break free of all this because he's a survivalist. And so in a flash, he came up with a survival strategy. He goes, Percy, you can come with me. We can both go to Germany. We can protect each other. But then he panics and he goes, I'm not old enough, or I'm too old. I'm the older one, and he gets to go. And he switched places with them. And just the desperation of Percy trying to get his brother, like, for either neither of them to be on the train or both of them to be on the train. Preferably neither, but that wasn't going to happen. Just to get thrown onto it and taken away. And then to see his brother standing there and walking away with no idea. Because he's going to be thinking about this very logically. He's going to be thinking, I'm technically the one who's not supposed to be on the train. He's technically the one who's supposed to be on the train. And he would probably think about that and dwell on that for whatever remained of his life, whether he is alive or dead at the end of this story. And I think Arthur, at the end, was really just realizing that. And he just, like, the most that he could do is escape from the dystopia and try to resume his life, move out, find somewhere normal, and live his life the way he was supposed to. He might go on a journey. He might try to find out what happened to him, if he's still alive. Might even get killed by him in revenge, or whatever, whatever drama has to come of that. But it's crazy. At the end of the day, it's like, it was a really good story. I never thought it would go like that exactly. I figured there was going to be like a final rush and you would see, I don't know, like clips, he goes to Germany or escapes, finds another town somewhere where people are normal and is trying to exclaim to them as to what was going on. But that would just take too long, I guess. But for what it was really cool. This game ended up turning out to be kind of exactly the way you would want it. Or, sorry, the way I expected. When I saw the Kickstarter for this and everything, I was expecting this to be like a randomly generated, kind of like arcade style, rush away from the drug-induced crazies kind of thing, and it turned out to be that, but also so much more. Like, they have the arcade options in like bonus whatevers, like, and then I find out like halfway through this game that part of it's randomly generated and part of it's not. Like, honestly, for the first half of the game, I just assumed it wasn't randomly generated at all. Just based on the gameplay I had seen, it all looked so similar that I thought everything was the way that it was. But then I started seeing so many of these oddball foundations on the ground that just looked stupid. And it's because there's certain segments that are randomly generated. The only things that aren't randomly generated are the things that are absolutely critical to the main story. Like, chances are, with the random generation of this game, I wouldn't be surprised if there are side quests that are randomly generated as well. Not that the quests themselves are created from nothing, but that they have a list of quests that may or may not be included in your run through the game based on how the terrain is formed. Like, if the terrain is formed and a certain building is not added into that terrain, that side quest just isn't there. You know? And that's interesting because it kind of adds some replayability. And it definitely adds to the arcade aspects where you can kind of create a new map and just run around doing whatever. It's pretty interesting. I liked it a lot. I thought it was really cool. And the only reason I'm dragging this out as long as I am is because I wanted to take a break after Arthur's story, kind of put the game away for a little while, do some other stuff, you know, focus on finishing up some series and maybe getting a couple new games started here or there. And then a little later down the line, we will pick up and do Sally's story. After Sally's story is, if my understanding is correct, it is the crazy old man that we met at the very beginning of the game that's talking to, I thought, his dead wife, but might actually be a painting of his daughter. I'm not totally sure what the deal is on all that, but I believe he's the third character that we play after Sally. So I don't really know what their stories are about. The baby came as a pretty huge surprise. But yeah, that came as a bit of a surprise because the whole idea is that joy makes people sterile and everything, and it kind of makes me wonder how long she's been offered joy, that she also where this is in the timeline. I'm not sure where I am in the timeline right now. But the fact that she had a kid, like, and also, honestly, not only is joy something that makes you sterile, but, you know, while you're on it, I'm sure it's a thing that can fade. But then again, too long of exposure might be permanent sterilization as well. But anyway, I have to assume that she also has to stay off of it during the pregnancy as well. So she's probably been off of her joy for at least a year, probably longer. Because you got to remember that this is like 17 years or something into their little apocalypse. So she could very well have just never taken joy, or she might have stopped taking joy a decade ago or something, but you never know. Anywho, it looks like it's all going to be pretty interesting, but thanks for sticking around. If you stuck around through my little spiel thus far, I highly recommend the game. It is really cool, really fun. Incredibly satisfying when you get some of the stronger weapons to just whack things around. I think it was pretty well balanced. I would like a little more of like a combat oriented opportunity. Like, I feel like there was not as much combat as there could have been, and times when there was combat, it was like incredibly overwhelming because you almost didn't know what you were doing. But I think the combat itself was pretty well balanced between guarding and stamina and power and skills and hotbars and everything. I think it was really well balanced, and I look forward to beating more people up. But I will try to be as pacifist with Sally as possible, if I remember, which I might not. So for now, though, I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoy. Let me know how I'm doing in the comments below. And I will see all y'all next go around.